What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to a viewer request here, the Ion Spectre Mk2 level 12 maxed, okay? You guys wanted to see that because it's a very interesting setup. The Ion as a Zeus equivalent basically in medium category times 4, and this bot offers you a large amount of firepower. This right here is only the intro. You saw we pretty much halved the amount of HP on that Komiho. Now we're focusing in Haichi, but half of my shots were blocked by our Carnage in front of me. See, that's the little an intro I wanted to show you, but this bot has a fun factor for sure with this setup. So let's run this in various different fashions. I missed my shots here, but you know, this video will be purely gameplay with the Ion Spectre, simply because you guys wanted it. So let's see how good it actually works. It's the same as the Zeus. If you fire for like a second, and within that second you deal multiple hits pretty much. So you can walk out shooting, waste maybe the first 1/4 of your firepower, and the others are gonna go in immediately, faster than anyone can even respond. So if you have like an Haichi sitting around the corner with very low health, you just walk around the corner shooting already, and he's gonna get destroyed before he can even react. With a stealth jump off the Spectre, obviously, this is gonna be a crazy thing, because you don't have to expose yourself to counter fire when you do the shooting yourself. 500 something meters range, no problem here. We can hit that Bulgazari shock train before he can even think of firing back at us. So overall, pretty darn good. Stealth jump ready. This guy's looking the other way, but I think we were in the backside. Yep. See, we hit him pretty good there with his fire into his backside. Some of it might have been going into the shield, I'm not sure, but let's just work down this shield, and we did. See, we took the shield down and killed the bot. Why? Because the weapon doesn't do like a trebuchet, just one hit. You deal many hits in a short amount of time. And that's why you can just fire at a physical shield, you will break the shield, and you will start dealing damage afterwards immediately. Okay? So just some trivia on how Zeus and Ion works. Still, and you know, with the Spectre, you can stay alive for a very long time and make sure to work this thing. We have 100 meters more range than the Shock Train has, so you can counter Shock Train, especially on other Spectres, for example. You can force them to jump early. You can force an Inquisitor or Spectre into jumping by starting to targeting them, right? You will do so much damage that they have to use the stealth jump in order to avoid the damage, and this way they won't get in range with their 350 meters brawling weapons. And then after their stealth jump, you might counter them with your stealth jump, and you have taken them out without having, you know, suffered any real damage back. And just because you guys wanted it, I'm also going to give you an info about the sound of this weapon, because you guys like the sound of it. Hold on. Let me fire. Listen. Yep, that's how the weapon recharges. And I think I just was hit by the shock train, but maybe it was just a chain over. Anyways, let's keep going. Look who's talking. So I'm coming out here firing those two, and he's out of range. I realize. Oh no, he is in range to fire back, but I need to get back in cover. I don't want to get hit by that shock train Bulgazari. I'm corner shooting, which I can do very well with this thing. But then I see the Spectre with Orkans right in front of me. Now look what I can do. I'm just waiting for his stealth to drop. Then I jump, target, zoop, almost half the Spectre is gone with this one pretty quick shot. Now here I'm making a mistake. I should have walked down earlier to avoid the shot, but 1.23 million damage. Most of that pretty much, let's say 80-90% with the Spectre Ion. So definitely something good to walk with and something fun to play. And I don't personally think the weapon is ridiculously overpowered. It's more the Spectre that makes it more powerful than other bots. There's a little Rogatka staying around the corner. he captured our beacon. What a sneaky little guy. So let's go over there and take the beacon ourselves. We see some Hydras coming in. I don't want to get hit by that. And then look, the Hydras are already coming in from the other side. How did he do that? Wonderful. But anyways, we're taking the beacon here. That's one thing you really have to be afraid of with the Spectre, man, the Hydras. You cannot really counter Hydra fire from a Fujin at 600 meters range that fires over obstacles. You have to use your stealth jump to avoid the rockets, but next time you're gonna get hit all damage, right? So that's definitely something to be afraid of. What do we have here? Oh, it's a Taran you know, Haichi. And now the situation comes that I was describing to you before. He's at low health. I can just fire, I can just shoot while walking around the corner. He will get instantly vaporized. He was able to shoot back, but I almost got him there. Now here I'm really unlucky. I thought I was able to get him there around the corner, but that was not possible. And he's just trying to corner shoot. I got him again, by the way, but only with like 2% damage. Not enough to kill him. But yeah, so if you ever wondered how strong the Spectre maxed out is with Ion, now you know. We're still going, right, by the way. It's only half the video done so far. I have sat down and created a huge amount of gameplay footage with this very setup, just so I can give you the pure gameplay with it. Unfortunately, I had to retarget, and that's the big downside. Those 3 seconds retargeting, it will screw you over so many times. The auto-targeting system targets a bot that's outside of your weapon's range, which loses track, which unlocks your targeting, and then you have to spend 3 seconds again. I think that unless you really try to manually target it somehow... No, actually, I don't think you should be able to target somebody who's that far away. Unless maybe there's a button that lets you do that just to check on his range, but... It's just such a detriment if you have weapons like Scourge or Spectre or Ion or Zeus. Losing lock-on is absolutely terrible. It's like one of the worst things that can happen to you, right? Here, I was forced to use my stealth jump because this guy had got me in his line of sight. And that's a lot of firepower that he has with these Tyrants too. And keep in mind, the Spectre has very little HP. So while you may have a lot of firepower, you get killed very quickly as well. This Lancelot is coming up. I think I have him sideways. The physical shield isn't absorbing anything, so I can help out and get him down. Look who's stalking! I still love that name. I'm so happy I found it, and it wasn't taken yet. But I guess it was quite creative, so maybe, you know, it just, that's why it wasn't taken yet. Here, this Haichi wanted to fire back. You could see him trying to do that with the Scourge, but we had the advantage there with the stealth ability active during the jump. And now I'm making a big mistake. I thought this guy has, you know, Ion, and I thought he just fired. That's why I walked out. I could have just corner shoot killed him, but I walked out because I thought he also fired with Ion. He didn't have Ion though. He had Shock Trade and he hadn't fired yet. It was a huge mistake for me to walk out there. I just didn't see it right, and it cost me my bot life. But, you know, what does it matter when we can just jump into the next match? This guy dashed out of my range. Damn it. I just wanted to kill him really quickly there, and it didn't work. What do we have there? It's an Haichi? No, it's a Lancelot. Okay. Fired into his front, and then I see the Orkin Haichi coming around. He wants to kill me, but I luckily have my jump ready, and that's his doom. YouTube ABC. Is that your YouTube channel? Yeah, so here we go. Lancelot destroyed, or at least taken heavy damage from the Ion here. And the range is really what makes this work. The range, however, is also what makes the Shock Train work, so I still wish the Shock Train would lose most of its range. Going down to 350 meters or something, that would be... Then you would have to take, you know, a great amount of risk, a great deal of risk yourself to expose, and have to expose yourself to deal that much damage in an instant, right? Normally weapons that deal instant damage like Trebuchet or Shock Train have a low DPM or low damage output. Not so the Shock Train, and in addition to all that, it bypasses energy shields, locks on at 600 meters, and has the chain damage in addition to all that, right? As if it wasn't enough already. It gets chain damage for whatever reason. I see the Fury standing around there. He seemed to be AFK before. But yeah, so he's coming around. I get him killed. He could have turned in his shield, by the way, then I wouldn't have been able to kill him, but he didn't do it. So I guess I'm just waiting for my stealth drop here, my stealth ability to be ready one more time before the round ends. You can see the round is pretty much over. We lost this one. But I'm jumping one more time, activating the Ion, and woo! You see the Fury dropping out of his bot, getting destroyed. 1.3 million damage. Also, once again, almost exclusively was the Ion here. And this, you know, nice Camille right there has almost lost half his HP there just going here. And here we're fighting now with one bot, 2 Bolghazari shock trains. I'm fighting very carefully, staying so that I can corner shoot these guys when they come around. I expect them to always dash and try to get me with a quick shot, like they do here. Hold on. There you go. See, he's trying to shoot it, and he wasted all his firepower. But I know that his buddy is now coming out, trying to do the same thing, and I just stay around the corner here. But now I notice that I have an ally next to me. This Lancelot right next to me will get me killed, because he will take the chain damage, or basically he will take the hits from the weapon. And see, I get chain over damage, which I wouldn't have gotten if there wasn't this Lancelot right next to me. And wait a minute, did he also have Ion? No, he's got Scourge. Okay, Scourge and Zeus. So I had to leave this place because of this Lancelot, who would constantly give me chain damage. And that's what I mean with the shock train. It ruins team play. I have to leave my position because a teammate was trying to help me. How dumb is that? Now I took another set of chain damage from behind. That's so dumb, right? That's why I really think there must be something done with the shock train. It's just disrupting the game in such a terrible way. More so than any other weapon in the game. Alright, we got this Haichi out of the way. He had two ions, no wait, 2 shock trains and 1 Scourge on him. Capturing this beacon, walking back into the shipwreckage, and hitting this RDB over there. I need to be afraid of him because he actually has the range and the DPS to, in one quick shot, almost kill me entirely. I think an RDB maxed out can do like 60-70,000 damage super quick. I got this Bolghazari there quite well, but he fired back and he was fully charged, it seems. Alright, I expected to be hit now by this Komiho, that's why I jumped, and this jump of mine ended up to be a mistake, because now I have my stealth jump used, and I'm no longer able to protect myself from any further attacks. But it seems like I might actually be able to pull myself out of the battle, but it only looked like it for a second. Look, for now, the last 3 seconds, 2 seconds left before my stealth jump would have been ready. Again, oh, okay, the video was over, apparently. He came out and destroyed me. So, yeah, overall, really a very powerful setup, a fun setup to use. The Ion works great in this, on the Spectre, but it also works great on other bots as well. Haichi, obviously, was gonna make great use of it, and you can combine it with Lancelot, Zeus and Ion Lancelot, for example. It's a really fun sniping support setup that you might want to check out for yourself if you get the chance. Otherwise, this here, obviously, really good, and it's just the Spectre that makes it overpowered. But the Spectre makes everything overpowered, really. It's just that the bot does it with the stealth jump and 4 of the medium weapons, right? I mean, Hydra, Spectre, crazy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video request, then leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. As brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me. You guys are awesome as always. Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye bye.